Now let's see.
Girls, of course.
Oh!
Aww. Always remember.
Oh. Okay? Whoa. Oh, the journal's been burned. That's right. We can't check here.
Hey, how's it going? I'm Jenny.
KB here.
And today we're going to be watching, or actually playing.
So we're going back to Life is Strange 1 because there are a couple things that we had want to check out. Jenny made a list.
Yeah.
I'm so excited.
Yes. So the first thing that we wanted to do, which is a recommendation from Rachel Sullivan, is check out in the scene where they are, before they get in the pool, they've broken into the school.
Yeah.
And Chloe asks Max which locker room she wants to go in.
Mm-hmm.
And the first time we played, we picked the boys' locker room because you wanted to see a jacket that you saw.
There's a jacket there.
Check out.
It was very lackluster, by the way.
Yeah, it wasn't even that exciting. So Rachel had told us about what happens in the same moment if you pick the girls' locker room.
Yeah.
So we wanted to see for ourselves. Yay!
Yeah.
Let's take a look.
Okay, and here we go. So we're gonna talk with Chloe about this.
Boys or girls?
So last time we had chose boys, so
That's
this
such
time
a
we're
loaded
going
question.
to choose girls.
Yes.
And let's see.
Girls, of course.
Oh!
Ooh la la! She's so into it.
She is. She's so much.
Let me go check.
She
out
is
the
a lot more
clothes
happy and with that. Okay, cool.
Yes.
So that
Ooh la la.
was the first one on our list. So now it's time to exit the
Yes.
game.
Okay.
All right. What's the next
So
one?
our next one was from a recommendation from JCS,
Mm-hmm.
and it is for the kiss scene.
Oh, okay.
And the first thing that happens is if you remain laying on the bed, then there is dialogue.
Okay.
Mhm.
Collectible mode.
Mhm.
All right. So let's see what we got going on here.
Yep.
So this is the night after the school heist.
Snuggle up to our girl Chloe.
So we just like let her stay in the bed.
Yeah.
Okay.
The messy room.
Yeah.
It's so real.
It is.
And Max's shoes down there. Look at them laying next to each other.
Yeah.
Oh, it's giving me happy feelings.
It's cute.
It is cute.
I can't sleep.
It's not very relaxing to have right over your bed. Aw, good morning, Max.
Max was like, oh.
Let's see. So we let her stay there for a while.
She's supposed to like wake up. Are they
Aw,
gonna
she
still have the selfie?
stretches.
Probably too.
Yeah.
Take a
yep,
selfie.
take selfie. There you go. Aww. Always remember.
Photo bomb.
Ah, cutest moment. Photo bomb.
Okay.
Okay, let's see if they stay there.
I think they're gonna talk first, if I remember correctly.
Pick a different one from the
Yeah, we can skip this. Yes. Okay.
Okay,
Okay.
let's see. Oh, there.
out from last night.
Oh.
Awesome.
She talks about how much she likes it.
Criminals
Oh, it's
Last
cute.
night was only the tip of the iceberg.
Ooh.
I have to admit, it was pretty cool to take over the big boy gym. Today the gym, tomorrow the world. Step it up. We still have to be careful how I use my power.
Oh, when you know.
Ooh. Get stuck in time, though. That's not what happens.
No, but like Herb saying I need to be careful about my powers.
Yeah.
Yeah. You're not wrong about that.
Yeah. Is there more?
I don't know. We're just kind of
I
hanging
get
out
to
in
see
bed.
them.
So just kind of
Aw.
hanging. Where the Christmas lights, fan,
It's like if you're really there.
right? Okay, so now she's gonna get up.
Okay.
All right.
So the next thing that we have.
Okay,
Oh.
I need to get dressed now.
No, you don't.
Okay. No, it's there. It's the
Oh, it's
same
this one
thing.
too? Okay.
Yeah. So continue along, and then it's when she asks about boys. about a boyfriend, and if you say
Oh, do I talk to her first? I think we talked to her about
if
it.
you say boys are trouble, yeah.
Wouldn't it be wicked if we did?
Sure.
You don't know what it was because you skipped it.
I know, but it's not the important one.
Now, right?
Okay.
Boys are trouble.
Boys
There
are
we
trouble?
go. Let's see what happens. Yeah, boys are trouble.
I think we did that before.
No, we didn't. We
Did we
asked her if
not?
she had a boyfriend because
Oh,
we
did we?
wanted to know what her deal was.
Oh, okay, that's true.
And way fucking gross. As you'll
Oh!
Oh, okay. Please come on. Sorry. Didn't mean to get you all.
Oh.
Oh!
Don't think anybody else would for you.
Well, now.
I am not sorry that we came back and did this.
Oh, she won't talk anymore. Is there any more with this scene?
After the kiss.
Oh, okay, so we have to get clothes first. Oh,
Yeah.
I gotta go look at your clothes. You can't wear your clothes. Where
If
the
you
hell are
give her a moment after the kiss, then there's some insight.
The fact that she put the photo next to Rachel's so touching.
I'm gonna cry.
Yeah.
Can I just like change? I know we gotta find her clothes because she's just kind of can't wear those clothes.
Get
Time to put on your daily armor.
I thought we were gonna wear something in here. Whatever. We're gonna put on your daily armor.
Ew.
Yeah, she's not gonna wear that.
Okay.
Find a suitable outfit in my fashion house.
There you go.
Okay,
This
so
is where she puts on Rachel's outfit.
we can, or we can put on something else.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
We put on Rachel's last time.
Okay. So
We're gonna kiss her and then wait after, and there's something. She talks about it.
Okay.
Yay!
Woo!
You're hardcore, Max.
Yeah.
Now I can text Warren and tell him he doesn't stand a chance.
Yes.
Unless he's into girl or girl action.
Oh.
Okay, so then we talk to her again.
Okay, here. There's more coming.
So I gotta talk to her, right?
And that was priceless when I kissed Chloe. She didn't think I would. You better not rewind and take that kiss back.
Oh!
You know I'm hotter than those Seattle art. You better not rewind and take
Oh.
Okay, I like that. All right, next.
That was it for this one.
Okay, cool.
Do you want us to try putting the clothes on and see if we get anything else?
Yeah, sure. Let's see here.
I think Rachel's style is a little more subtle. Like me.
So I think maybe we can only pick her stuff.
Yeah.
I thought we had a choice.
Check you out, Max. Ready for the runway.
Uh,
Go downstairs and she'll love it.
Okay.
Oh, I guess that's it.
All right,
we
that's
got
it.
what we got.
Okay.
All right. So the next thing that we wanted to do was check out the journal.
Yeah, which I'm pretty sure if we want to go, I forget when we stopped reading the journal.
Mm-hmm.
So we probably can go like to the very last episode and go from there.
Okay. Mm-hmm.
Obviously,
very end.
we can't do the cliff because then we can't play anymore. So we have to go to the nightmare. Oh.
All right.
Ooh.
Oh.
I think we stopped reading the journal in chapter 3. I mean, we'll take a look and see. Can't skip.
Alfred Hitchcock famously called film
Great.
Back
Exact-
into this moment. Ah.
What the hell?
These pieces of time can frame us in our glory.
Mm.
Listen to this Jefferson lecture. This might be it.
Okay.
Mm.
Can you give me an example of a photographer?
Okay, this is messed up.
Yep.
Am I stuck in time?
Bueller?
Young man, be calm and don't freak out.
Yet.
Images of hopeless faces. You feel like totally haunted by the eyes of those sad mothers and
Oh God, this again.
Mm.
What's going on?
Oh.
Mm-hmm.
Keep them to yourself. Seriously though.
Oh, here's the creepiness.
One of you in a dark corner.
Oh.
I know. Okay. We're only here for the journals. How do we even access the journal? No. Was it touchpad? Ah, here we go. Oh my God. Okay.
Okay. So we've got a few things here.
We got quite a bit here. So, whoops, Dazo. Journal. Journal. Where'd you go, journal? I'll just open up again. Okay. Oh, can we not? She's only got this here.
You know why? Because you're in the nightmare sequence. You're not in the real world.
That's true.
So I think you might have to. We can check out what this has in the nightmare sequence, but we might have to come back after and see in the very end what it
Yeah,
has.
because she
in
says,
it.
Maxine, you keep effing up. How many times does Chloe have to die in front of you? Maybe you better,
Mm.
if you know, the better, actually, have a life. Find my cat pics, please. My hat's broken. Always take the
better
shot.
too, actually, I think is what it says.
Take a selfie. You're running out of choices. Let's all go to the lighthouse. Why? Max, why do you want to kill everybody? What did everybody ever do to you, bully? Go F yourself. Yo.
Your selfie.
Yeah.
Go F your selfie.
And
Always
then the camera
take the
with
shot.
blood.
And like a skull and an animal looking at a skull. Find my cat pics. Please, my heart is broken. Max in a dark room.
Death.
In the dark room. Dark room. Max in the dark room.
Oh my gosh. I think I'm a little horrified right now.
Yeah,
I'm
that.
still a little horrified right now.
So we'll have to pop into a different section.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, now we know what her journal is like when she's in her nightmare mode.
Well, we'll try. Well, the beach, we don't have anything there. Maybe we're not gonna do that either because then we have to like do the time stuff. Where's like a good place? The dark room. I don't really want to go in there.
No.
Maybe just here. Let's check this. Can I just have an option just to read the journal?
Right. I just want to see the journal.
Yeah. And not like all this craziness. Skip? No, can't skip. It's so sad, all this chaos.
Revisiting times that were not so great.
Yeah. Yeah. Aww. Okay, let's get out of the cat and let's see if we can check the journal.
Okay.
As soon as we like see what the hell's going on here again.
Okay.
Yo!
Mm-hmm.
When you know. You know!
Yeah.
Oh man. Aw, Max. Oh. Okay? Whoa. Oh, the journal's been burned! That's right, we can't check here.
Oh, no.
Oh, wonderful.
We want to check toward the end, though.
We do, but we don't have a lot of options. It seems. Because that's a dark room, and then obviously the diner's burnt. Maybe the art gallery?
Sure, yeah, let's try there.
Okay. It's like, eventually, maybe. Or never. Just looks up online. I'm sure there's like a whole thing of it. I keep wanting to skip.
No, skip for you.
I know. That's crazy though when you go back and look at the journal, like, oh yeah, that's right, it got burnt.
Yeah, that.
Do, 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 do.
Fancy, fancy.
It is fancy.
Wearing a dream catcher to ward off bad dreams.
Yeah. Keep them dreams
Fair,
away.
girl, fair.
Francisco is so cool.
Skip.
And his gallery is huge.
So's the buffet. If an event skimps on the food,
As long as I don't have to eat any caviar.
this is your day, Max. You can do whatever you want. I hope you take advantage of your status and talk to as many influential people here as possible. Work the room.
No, work the room.
No, I feel so weird, like I'm a little kid hanging with the adults.
After this week, you are certainly not a little kid. In fact, you're a noteworthy adult being honored by you. Now you have to start acting like the photographer you want to be. Hell, I wanted to be in charge of big schools someday. So I started taking charge of things when I was young. Ask my poor classmates. Max, I'm gonna eat up that caviar so you don't have to. Better get in there and start
He became nice.
I won't always be here to take charge.
Ah.
But you come talk to me whenever you
Aw.
Yep. Okay.
Come on, Max. After everything that's happened,
When you know, you know.
Yeah, that.
Oh, man. I mean, when we first did this, too, I was like, there's just no way.
Okay, let's see what we get.
Yeah! Okay, so, oh my goodness gracious. That's a lot of pages. Okay.
Alright, let's see where we left off.
Yeah. Oh, for gosh sakes. I always do this. How did I even go back to the previous pages? Okay, this is how this thing keys. Alright. Oh, what the heck? Okay, so... let's see if I'll close it. I think we said 171. I just start here, I guess.
Do you remember anything that we had read
I'm pretty
before?
sure we already read this. Because I remember some of it.
Oh, okay.
So let's start from here, because I don't remember this dope hat.
Okay.
Objective. I should find my wedding selfie. So, Chloe and I ended up in a lighthouse watching the sunset. Chloe was mellow and told me more about David and his uber paranoia at school and home. It all made sense.
Oh, you want me to do it now?
Yeah.
But I wanted to know why Chloe was in that bathroom with Nathan Prescott. She told me he deals drugs, and she wanted to blackmail him to pay off some big loan. It's so strange where our lives have gone since the last time we hung out when we were 13. So strange, isn't it?
Then I had another nightmare. Or a duskmare. I was right back at the lighthouse in a storm, except this time I was following a ghostly deer until I got to the edge of the cliff. I could see the tornado destroying everything in its path, and again I could feel the cold sting of the rain. The lighthouse was crumbling, and I felt so helpless watching the tornado move towards the town.
Remember the top part says 3 meters above the sky. Then Chloe snapped me out of the dream, and I told her what I saw. As if to make the day end on another unusual note, snow started falling from the sky in the warm sunset. It felt so weird, ominous, and beautiful all at once.
Especially standing there with my best friend. And on that positive thought, I have officially earned a great night's sleep.
Oh, look at the drawing of the day.
Hello, world.
October 8th. I woke up this morning a different person, even if nobody knows yet. After yesterday's intense revelations with my rewind power and saving Chloe's life, among other cray-cray, as Victoria might say, events at Blackwell, I have to assume everything is different now, and I thought exposing my photos to the world was going to be hard.
After Chloe dropped me back off at my dorm yesterday, I tried to find out more about that freak snowfall that happened. We were at the lighthouse. But the local meteorologists are stumped so far. I felt so jacked up that I pulled an all-nighter on time and physics research.
Wow.
Oh my gosh.
Her journal's such a work of art.
It really is. Ah.
Not being Warren, I ended up knowing less about my situation than when I started. I don't really think that my tornado vision and the snowfall are connected, but at this point, I have no effing clue what to believe. I'm just so glad Chloe and I are a team again. That has to be destiny. Oh, look at the picture of them hugging. Oh.
Now I have to hit the showers and get ready to meet Chloe for breakfast. Lord knows I need it.
I ran into Kate in the showers, and she asked for The October Country back. I love that book and definitely need to get my own copy. Of course, when I was in the shower, Victoria and Taylor barged in and totally started ragging on poor Kate about the video. Just to be complete assholes, they wrote the link on the mirror.
Yeah, that was awful. I truly don't understand how they get off on acting like that. Victoria's everything. What does she gain by being a bully to Kate Marsh? We're supposed to be adults here, but I swear it's like Battle Royale, just without the dystopia and exploding heads. Oh my god, that movie. Only Victoria can make me feel dirty in a shower.
The plot thickens, and I can't get out.
So after listening to Victoria and Taylor rag on Kate about the video, I came back to my room to find this creepy photo montage. Only Nathan would be this disturbed.
The thought that Nathan was in here actually setting up this weird gallery is way effed up. I better start being more careful around here. I almost want a surveillance system now.
Aw.
Yeah.
As if things here weren't dramatic enough, I got a creepy text from a private number. Nathan? Victoria? No clue. I really have to start watching my back.
I still had to give Kate's book back, So I went to her room. I knew she wasn't doing good, but I didn't know how bad until I went in. All the lights were off, blinds closed like some emo goth den, and Kate is the opposite of emo or goth. She was just crying in the dark, and it was so sad to see her like this. More sad is that I wished I could take a picture of her framed in her expressionist misery.
Look at the owl.
Yeah.
It's cute.
Yeah.
Kate admitted that she thinks something more happened to her than just a video. Plus, she told me that Nathan Prescott gave her a ride from the party to the ER, and she thinks he did something to her, but she doesn't remember what.
It's hard not to believe Kate, considering what kind of person she is and what kind of person Nathan is. I've seen for myself exactly what that effort is capable of.
Of course, Kate asked if she should go to the police and the principal.
I told Kate she should absolutely go to them. Other people could be in danger, but Kate also said she would use me as her backup, which kind of scares me because of this text threat. Should I be getting this involved when somebody is obviously stalking me or worse already? This is getting freakier than I can handle. Supermax? Not.
Oh, and there's Kate drawing.
I
I ran into Warren, or rather Warren was waiting to run into me.
Creepy.
Naturally, he wanted to know what the hell happened in the parking lot with the Chloe and Nathan show. Once again, I felt like a dick because I should have gotten a hold of Warren to see if he was okay after we just left him in the lot. I do owe Warren.
I only told him a little about what was going on with Nathan. The less he knows, the better for him. I would love to at least tell him about my ability to effing reverse time and space, but ironically, I don't think it's the right time or space. Besides, he would want to marry me immediately, just so he could have his own human time machine, or capture me for scientific experiments,
Yo!
or make me go to the drive-in with him.
Oh, wait. He did try and get me to go to the drive-in with him, and I refused. I'm not really in the mood this week, and I also don't want to lead him on.
Oh, gosh. Before catching the bus out to meet Chloe, I saw Nathan talking to David, which made me nervous. Otherwise, I had a nice soundtrack to ride to the Two Whales Diner. Talk about going back in time. I haven't seen the diner in 5 years, but it looks exactly the same, although now there are way less fishermen and way more dumped food carts than when we were kids. Chloe and I had the best backdrop to play pirate, old ships and a big ocean.
Aw.
Yeah, I love that.
Chloe was late, duh, so I was happy to be distracted by seeing Joyce again. The diner is like a museum piece, except with customers. Better still, the food hasn't changed at all. Joyce seemed really glad to see me again, and she didn't give me a guilt trip for not staying in touch. After William died, she wanted to move forward with a new life and husband. Chloe doesn't want to accept that.
Joyce naturally gave me shit for corrupting Chloe with my devil weed, though I'm not sure she even believed it was mine. What could I say? I can see she actually loves David, even if I don't see how. The breakfast was so worth the grief, though.
Yes, food.
Yeah.
So much drama, and I haven't even finished my breakfast.
Finally, Chloe showed up, more bubbly than I would have thought after almost getting killed in a bathroom yesterday. It makes me happy to see her smile, but that smile meant trouble, since all she really wanted was for me to show off my rewind power. So I did, and I have to admit, I felt like a total boss, except I did start feeling weak and woozy the more I rewound. I even got a nosebleed, which kind of freaked me out.
Chloe always wants more, so she demanded we go to her top secret lair.
She still had to get pissed off at me because I dared to answer Kate's call. I'm not a fan of Chloe's petulant side. She tried to make me feel like an ass, but screw that. Kate was so happy I answered, I actually felt worse for her. Chloe has to know I have 2 friends. I can have 2 friends at once. Yeah.
Just when I thought shit couldn't get crazier.
Chloe took me to her secret lair, the city dump. Perfect for Halloween. Like where the vehicle and appliance ghosts of Arcadia Bay come to rot and rust. Urban dystopia porn. But instead of taking cool photos, Chloe had me do some silly kind of fun gun tricks.
Oh man, that reminds me when we accidentally shot the bumper to that guy.
Yikes.
Until the guy Chloe owes money to showed up. Some skeevy guy called Frank. He demanded Chloe pay him back, or else. I was shocked that he wasn't the loan shark I had expected, but I could literally feel his bad vibe. I still can't see how my best friend ended up being involved with a loser like Frank.
Things got truly crazy when Frank took Chloe's gun, or should I say David's gun, and now we have to worry about one more lunatic after Chloe, and maybe me.
Chloe really flipped out when she saw that Frank was wearing one of Rachel Amber's bracelets. That means we definitely have another suspect.
This is so not how I intended to spend my time back in Arcadia Bay.
After all that drama-rama volume...
Oh, look at the drawing of the two of them walking on the rail tracks holding hands.
Chloe and I ended up taking a walk along the tracks deep in the woods. We both needed to hear nothing but the sounds of nature and wildlife. I was shaking inside from our encounter with Frank, and though Chloe fronts tough, I could tell she was shaken too.
She told me everything about Frank, which explains why she was trying to blackmail Nathan. It shocks me that the girl I grew up with, watching SpongeBob, ended up in such a scary orbit. Still, I felt safer with her at my side, and I was glad we had a moment of peace. Aww, it's so sweet.
So, it probably wasn't the best idea to lay down on the tracks and wax about life, etc., as Chloe's leg got caught in the rail just as the damn train showed up. Of course, I was off trying to take a photo for my portfolio, and then I had another quick flash of my tornado vision.
I could see it, almost feel it, tearing the sky apart. My head felt like it was exploding, like in that 80s film, Scanners. Just as fast as the vision came in, it disappeared. I may be in denial about what this apocalyptic image means, or doesn't. Ooh.
Then I heard Chloe screaming for help, and I was shitting kittens.
Dude, this is all like so foreboding.
Yeah.
Oh, and that picture. Oh,
I know.
Them laying on the tracks.
I know.
Her foot was stuck in the damn rail, and naturally the train was coming around the mountain. Oh,
I was pretty proud of myself for coming up with a drastic, if not destructive, solution to saving Chloe once again, but just in case this journal ever falls into the wrong hands, it's going to remain our BFF secret, so there.
Our morning adventure over, Chloe dropped me off back at my campus. She was so sweet and said that this had been the best week of her life, despite everything.
Aww. This made me feel really awesome. Chloe really likes us. Like we're taking over the world.
Really
But-
sees us like we're taking, yeah.
But what if I hadn't been there to use my rewind power to get her off the tracks?
Yeah, that.
Chloe might have to lower her expectations, and so will I.
It's getting real.
It is gonna.
Speaking of expectations, David Madsen stopped to talk to me without being a total prick. I thought he was going to bust me for taking the heat for Chloe's weed, but we just talked a little, and for the first time, I felt kind of sorry for David. He is a veteran. I know he probably saw awful things in combat. He said he doesn't want to fight with Chloe or me, but all the shit he's pulled and treating Kate like she's a suspect just makes it hard to get along. But I promise to try. For world peace. Aw, Max is so sweet.
Something odd happened, as if everything happened isn't bizarro, but I saw Kate having an intense conversation with Mr. Jefferson, and she ended up practically running away from him in tears. I wish I could have casually asked, "Oh, by the way, what's up with Kate?" Like he wouldn't tell me anyway. I know Kate treats Jefferson like he's an apostle or something, so what did he say to make her so upset?
Just when I was feeling good about Chloe and me, I walk into Jefferson's class and see Nathan and Victoria actually sitting on my desk. Unreal. Asshole bookends. Oh my god.
Kate Marsh almost killed herself.
My hands are still shaking, but I have to write this down while I can. Right at the start of Jefferson's class, Kate went to the roof of the girls' dorm to jump. Every student and teacher was watching her, like it was a Blackwell rooftop concert.
I actually saw her jump, but I was just about able to rewind to get her back on the roof. I tried harder than I ever did, and somehow I stopped time completely. I made it to the roof, but again my head felt like it was going to blow up. I knew I couldn't just keep rewinding to save Kate. I had to try and talk her down on my own.
She was already in so much pain over the video and all the bullying, so she wasn't going to buy everything I tried to tell her. You see movies with people trying to talk somebody out of suicide, but it's very different when I'm the one doing the talking. I covered everything I could with Kate, and Kate almost jumped anyway. Cliche or not, I told her how much her friends and family love her, even if they don't all show it now. Lo and behold, Kate stepped back from the ledge, alive. I almost cried in her arms.
Oh my
god. Look at the
gosh, I
drawing.
know. She's got wings too. I know this isn't about me, though. I have to admit, it was an amazing feeling to walk arm in arm with Kate from the roof to outside of the dorm. Like I said, the whole school and police were watching us, almost completely silent. Then I heard what sounded like Logan yelling out, "Give it up for Max!" And everyone started to clap and cheer. Talk about surreal. The people who ignored me or treated me like crap suddenly crushing on me? That might be the strangest thing that's happened to me this insane week.
Mm-hmm. And that made me wonder if Victoria was watching and how she felt about all this. I almost wanted to find her, just to get in her smug face for enabling Kate's suicide attempt. Such cruel bullshit. Though, to be fair, Victoria wasn't the only one that was responsible. Nathan Prescott seemed to have disappeared, which was probably a good thing.
And after all that, I still had to talk to the police and give a statement. It felt so weird to do since I've seen it in pretty much every police procedural show. I had to lie my ass off when he questioned me about the other students, because I just don't think the police are ever going to find out what happened. Yes, this looks like a job for Supermax. Right, though of course I do love it when Chloe calls me that, even if I don't feel that way everyday heroic for helping Kate down. Maybe it's wrong for me to think I have to feel anything, but grateful that Kate didn't jump.
What was really odd was when the students and faculty surrounded me and Kate, then started patting our backs and shoulders like we were heroes.
I wasn't sure how to respond, considering Kate almost threw herself off the roof because of everybody at school. But like I said, I can't blame everybody, and I still don't really know where to point all my fingers.
The very best thing was that even though Kate was still in tears and confused, I definitely saw her smile when she realized how happy everybody was that she was alive. I smiled too. The police and paramedics swooped in, and then Kate was covered in a blanket and gently escorted to the ambulance. They didn't thank me or look at me like I was a hero. I guess they're used to saving people without applause.
But if I'm super honest, it felt pretty cool. Like, I got a hug from the whole school. So maybe Blackwell Academy isn't totally bad.
Yeah, that. It's not enough that Kate is alive, and though I'm not enough of an egomaniac to take the credit, I still had to get the Blackwell third degree from Principal Wells. It was just bizarre to be in his tacky office with Nathan Prescott, David Madsen, and Mr. Jefferson, calmly talking about why Kate would attempt suicide. I was quiet but giddy inside, just replaying in my head the moment when Kate stepped toward me with a glimmer of hope in her eyes. Part of me wanted to smash Nathan's smug face against the desk, knowing he had a lot to do with Kate's suicide attempt. I thought about doing it, then flipping a quick rewind, but I knew that would be the start of a bad, dangerous habit. Yeah.
Fortunately, Principal Wells amazingly did the right thing and booted Nathan for a few days after I told him what happened in the bathroom. He must have more shit on Nathan, because otherwise I doubt this would happen to a Prescott.
Yeah.
That's some small justice for Kate. There'll be more of it. It's the last thing I do, which it could be if I'm not careful. Okay, so he didn't get expelled, because the game was like, he's expelled, he's suspended.
One time they said expelled.
Yeah.
And the rest they said suspended. They had a little drawing of him.
Yeah.
After being grilled in the principal's den, I hung out with Warren on the lawn so I could feel grass under my feet and watch the fluffy clouds. He's such a sweetheart. He kept telling me how proud he was that I stopped Kate from jumping. I don't believe that I did. But I have to say, it's better to be treated like a hero at school than like a twee loser.
Still, I told Warren that something ominous is happening at Blackwell Academy. Rachel, Amber, Chloe, and now Kate have all been victims. Not to mention me if I keep playing amateur detective. Wish I could have let Warren know about my power, but it's not the right time. As if anything is the right time anymore.
And to make the day end on the most surreal note possible, the sky went dark, and we watched a solar eclipse that was not announced on the news or any astronomy site. What is happening to Arcadia Bay? Oh, it's so upsetting when you know.
Yeah.
When you know.
Dear Diary.
This is October 9th now.
I have the power to rewind time, and I ended up on a rooftop trying to stop my friend from jumping off, while trying to prevent the possible destruction of my hometown. I fell asleep at my desk, and woke up reaching out to the rewind. Or grab Kate.
I remember when my journal entries were about which anime character I wanted to be, or my dreams of being a respected globe-hopping photographer, or what me and Chloe would be doing when we were finally adults. At least we know how that turned out so far. So that's kind of cool. Because we did see when we went back in time that there was a manga at Chloe's house that had blue hair.
Yeah.
And we're like, oh, it kind of looks like Chloe.
Yeah.
So it's cool to hear Max talk about being an anime fan.
Yeah, absolutely.
I want to know what kind of anime character she wants to be.
Right? Chloe's determined to get to the bottom of what's going on. So I've been playing What Would Chloe Do? Which means blowing off my Blackwell Homer to research everything I can find on Kate Marsh, Rachel Amber, and the esteemed Prescotts. It would be too easy peasy if they were all connected, but at this point, I think the whole town of Arcadia Bay is connected to this crazy shit. I can already see the story on the National Geographic Channel. Mystic, scientific, or apocalyptic? The Arcadia Bay tornado.
And that was a really pretty drawing and painting of Chloe.
It was.
Go back. Look at that. How beautiful.
Yeah.
Okay. Shudder. Speaking of fear, I still think about Kate and the sadness in her eyes on that roof. I'm so grateful she's alive. I hope seeing the students at Blackwell show their support for her with gifts and flowers. Finally. Or I love seeing, I think I said I hope seeing, I love seeing them show their support. Finally.
At least I feel better now that Nathan is suspended. It's good he's off campus for a few days. I hope. And like I give a shit if the Prescott family sends a team of lawyers after me. Please. I doubt they would like all the publicity. I doubt their tentacles reach into the rest of Oregon. Not yet, anyway.
Leave it to Chloe to make me sneak out past curfew and demand I meet her in front of the main building in the dead of night. I knew Chloe would be all over investigating the campus after what happened to Kate here. This just makes Chloe more desperate to find out what happened to Rachel, if anything.
Oh. It's funny that even though I think I can just rewind myself out of trouble, I'm in more trouble now than ever before in my life. If this was a Twilight Zone story, I'd be getting set up for some serious irony. Like, I'm going to rewind myself out of existence or something.
Oh, gosh.
Oh, goodness.
Can I honestly say I'll have this ability for the rest of my life? Are the tornado, the snow, and the eclipse just hallucinations, or are they genuine prophecy? More importantly, is this a curse or a blessing? Chloe is alive and by my side, and that has to be a miracle, which means there must be a way to stop my vision from coming true. Right?
So yes, I broke curfew to hook up with Chloe. She said she had something to show me. Looks like it's time for some serious detective work.
Oh, look at that. So
yeah,
cute.
Keymaster Chloe.
Enter the Blackwell Ninjas.
As I stealthily made my way out of the hall, I passed by Kate's door and saw all the nice messages from other students. Too bad most of Blackwell didn't care when they passed around the video and bullied her to that roof. Everybody always cares when it's too late. At least Kate will see that people are on her side. Finally. I hope I can visit her when all this blows over. Maybe that's not a good choice of words. Oh gosh, Max.
Awkward.
Yep.
Damn, that was too close. I was doing so well until I got outside, and of course it was Principal Wells of all people, blocking the way. The person I least wanted to see. I wasn't ninja enough for him, so yeah, he busted me. But I finally got to see that the gossip was true for a change.
Principal Wells was shit-faced. He didn't even try to hide it. In fact, he was a lot cooler drunk than sober. I can see why he's so confused. Then with Kate's family and the Prescotts and David Madsen, he still acts suspicious and gives me way too much tood. As he would say, nobody says that seriously, but I can see that he's under a lot of pressure. So much that he's so wasted he can't even use his keys at midnight.
Sure, he was in my way, but he was no match for my rewind power. After all, I had to go and meet Chloe. Bad Max.
Even though I thought I was in full ninja mode, Chloe still scared the shit out of me, which pissed me off, considering what I've been going through. Sometimes she's so damn insensitive to other people's feelings.
Booyah! She wants all my attention for her and finding Rachel, and she gets all butthurt if I don't have time for her. Obviously, I have time in hand, but I can't stay mad at her for long, and she was so damn excited about having the keys to the main building, and honestly, I was pretty amped up too.
Even more so when we went to the front of the building and spied on Victoria talking smack about me. Shocked. And worse, actually trying to blackmail Mr. Jefferson to pick her photo for the Everyday Heroes contest. She is freaking unreal.
I give Mr. Jefferson major respect for telling her to get lost, even though she deserved to be expelled for pulling that crap. This is her priority after what happened with Kate. I just don't understand Victoria, no matter how I try. She's already rich, pretty, and a good photographer. Why try so hard and hurt so many to manipulate everything already in your favor?
I just hope that's not what I'm doing with my rewind power.
Aw, Max is so thoughtful. Yes, there's something incredibly awesome about breaking into your own school at the witching hour. Although Chloe was technically right, how can we break in with a key? Never mind that it was a stolen key from the school's head of security. Yeah, that.
Anyway, the Blackwell ninja strike again.
Look at the little ninja
Yeah,
drawing. It's cute. So cool to stalk the halls when it's dark and quiet. We thought so too. We had fun doing that. Even with so many terrible things happening all around us, it felt like Chloe and I were walking toward the center of a great cosmic mystery. Something bigger than any of us. Oh, very foreshadowing.
But we kind of suck at master spies since we didn't have a key for the principal's office.
Yeah, that.
No worries. With my rewind power at hand, and of course Dr. Warren Graham, he came through with a bitchin' mini bomb made of sodium, whatever the ever. I probably learned more putting those ingredients together than the entire semester so far.
Yeah.
Sorry, Miss Grant. Warren's a star student here. He tries so hard to help. Maybe too much. But what's wrong with that? What's wrong with that these days? I'm so grateful he's on my team.
Talk about being in the Sancto Sanctorum. Things Latin class I barely passed of Blackwell. I did feel freaking weird about being in the principal's office after midnight, going through his files and laptop with Chloe. She was way too into it. Technically, we could be arrested and thrown in jail. Yikes. I just pretended that we were on a very special episode of The Wizards of Waverly Place. You know, just a couple of wacky Sherlocks investigating the school for a good cause. Yeah, that helped.
Well, we didn't find the proof. We found Nathan's file had a weird drawing in it that said Rachel in the darkroom over and over.
Ooh.
So that's a major clue that Nathan is involved in this somehow. Or he's just insane. But his note also referenced
that.
David M., which means that we absolutely have to find a way to... There's a cat in
There's
our
a
backyard.
cat walking past. I saw that too.
She's a pretty cat.
It is a pretty cat.
Anyway.
Yeah.
Which means that we absolutely have to find a way into David's secret bunker files for a good cause.
But Chloe just can't help herself, and she actually wanted to take $5,000 in cash marked handicapped fund, because that's got to be legit, am I right? I can't think of a faster route to karma hell, but it would have to be but it would have paid off Chloe's debt to Frank, right? I stopped her, but it kind of bothers me that Chloe can be so selfish like that. I'm not going to let anything happen to her, but I can't just let her do anything she wants. Mad Max? More like Mommy Max. Aww.
Despite all the usual breaking in and blowing up office hijinks, Chloe decided what we needed more than anything was take a night swim in the otter's lair. I was so giddy and rebellious that I was like, oh yes, we shall swim. We didn't completely skinny dip, but close enough to get in big trouble no matter what.
Yeah.
I don't know why we were so careless after being so careful.
Well. Oh, look, there's a drawing of them in the pool.
Cute.
I love that Chloe brings out the just don't give a F side of me. Even if that hasn't always served her well, she deserved a moment of not giving a shit. Me too. Just two friends goofing around in the pool. I fear those youthful shenanigans might soon be a thing of our past. Aww. God, I'm starting to sound like one of the teachers at Blackwell. Dude, I love that about them.
Yeah.
Aww.
Yeah. Chloe and I had a nice chat about our lives since I left. We talked about dumb boys and girls and why they're trouble, especially for me. I feel like a groupie when I talk to Chloe about our life experiences. She has me so beat. I take pictures. She takes action.
Speaking of action, we had to seriously bounce when security showed up. Duh. How quiet could we be in the swimming pool? Plus, after leaving a trail of our Blackwell handiwork.
It was so intense and exciting to get past security guards. They had serious spotlight power, so it wasn't exactly easy to stealth our way past, especially as we had to bail on Chloe's junker. But like I said, intense and exciting. Hella like Chloe Price.
Aww. Even though my body smelled like I had been doused in chlorine, it was so nice to crash in Chloe's room for the first time in 5 years and wake up next to her like our old sleepovers.
Aww.
For some reason, it reminds me of the time we were going to TP one of the neighbors' houses, and we even snuck out but got chicken and ran back home laughing all the... I love that. It's, I freaking love their nostalgia.
Yeah.
It's so
It's really cute.
adorable.
I
It makes me
remember-
happy.
It makes you smile.
It makes me smile.
I I remember waking up the next day and Joyce was making one of her delish breakfasts downstairs. And Chloe smiled at me like we were in the most secret club in the world, or at least Arcadia Bay. But we were pirates, damn it. After academic espionage last night, I felt the same way. It's just that now the stakes are much higher and more dangerous.
I even ended up in some of Rachel Amber's clothes, since mine were trashed. A band tee and ripped jeans. So not me. But I haven't found my style yet, so why not have some fun experimenting with a new outfit? Speaking of experiments, Chloe dared me to kiss her!
Yes, I was waiting for that.
Yes.
So I did. She probably thought I'd wuss out. Why? It wasn't that big a deal. Though it was cute the way she was kind of embarrassed after she said she would tell Warren.
Besides, I think Chloe sees Rachel Amber in her future.
Oh my gosh, that cat is so cute. Oh, it's meowing.
Uh-oh.
Goes and rescues Katie mid-video. Is it okay? Oh, it's so cute. It looks like it could be someone's cat, honestly.
Maybe it's a stray.
Maybe. Oh, now we have a new outdoor cat.
Yeah.
Alright, anyway,
Next page.
Oh, yeah. Good.
When I went down to breakfast, Joyce actually called me Rachel, which just seems so wrong considering how beautiful she is and how boring I am. I guess my new outfit really is working its magic. I ended up helping Joyce make breakfast, just like when I was a kid on a sleepover. It's odd how quickly you can fall back into an old routine.
So, I must have set off Joyce's nostalgia mode,
Yeah.
since she busted out ye old photo album, and one of the few people who love checking out old pictures. What was that Alfred Hitchcock line about film being? Pieces of time. Like Mr. Jefferson said, so are photographs.
I do think she wanted me to see her new husband in a better light. When David was happy or laughing with Joyce on a picture, I wanted to say, and who is that? Plus, I'm sure it's no accident that there was a photo of Rachel wearing the exact same clothes I had on. She truly is stunning, and somehow looked more punk rock than Chloe.
The truly heartbreaking image was the last photo William Price ever took. Chloe and I making pancakes in the kitchen. Joyce really misses that joyful, optimistic girl. I know she's still there. When Chloe smiled at me this morning, I saw her. The pictures seemed to sum up everything we had as children and lost as adults. Whatever being an adult means.
Which was a perfect cue for Chloe to bounce into the room and start shit with Joyce. This gave me cruel cover so I could sneak into the garage and finally unlock David Madsen's Extreme Files. Extreme Files! The puns though.
Right? So today, I finally found out what was in David's secret files. And I admit, I expected it to be worse. I'm relieved that it wasn't, so maybe I'm going easier on him than I should. No surprise that he has detailed files on Kate and Rachel, listing their whereabouts along with surveillance pics. David isn't off my shit list yet, but he's a damn good investigator. I'll give him that. It's clear that Frank and Rachel had some kind of relationship, and I don't think Chloe is going to be very happy to hear that. She needs to start waking up. We all do.
When David came home, things escalated quickly. He looked more upset than usual, but shrugged when he saw me wearing Rachel's clothes. He was so on edge. Maybe I'll never get to see the David that Joyce loves so much. She and Chloe really let him have it, though. This was the first time I saw them bond since we were kids.
Suddenly, I couldn't take it anymore either, and I kind of blew up. It was like a torrent that felt awesome. I've been wanting to rip into David like that myself for a long time. I figured worst case scenario, hello, rewind power, but I wanted Joyce to know the depths of his weird paranoia. She looked so sad and angry when I told her about the photos of Rachel and Kate. Not to mention the home surveillance. Joyce kicked his ass out of the house, to Chloe's glee.
Despite David's evidence and the bracelet, Chloe refused to believe Rachel was involved with Frank. This is part of Chloe I don't much like. She gets so damn petulant if she doesn't get her way, or if she hears something she doesn't like. Serious denial. I get why, but that doesn't make dealing with it any easier. I threw my hands up and suggested we check out Frank's RV.
I knew that would piss Chloe off, and she would do anything to find out what kind of relationship he had with Rachel.
But first we had to get the damn keys to the RV, which meant going into the Two Whales diner and bouncing like a rewind pinball between Frank, Nathan, Prescott, and Officer Barry, and effing with all of them. I'm still dizzy thinking about how I pulled it off. Yay for Max. That was when she poured beans on him, isn't it?
Yeah.
Nice.
Sometimes I feel like I'm just cheating at life.
Oh, the whales.
Oh,
The first thing we had to do was get Frank's scary dog out of the RV. So we did the classic cartoon give a dog a bone routine, and Cujo became Scooby-Doo just like that.
Frank's RV was pretty much what I expected, a drug dealer, trash chic. But it wasn't a serial killer as I feared. We ransacked the place and found what Chloe didn't want us to find.
I'm sorry Chloe had to see the pictures of Rachel posing for Frank, even if she did care about him. To her, it's just another betrayal, just another loved one dumping on her. Everybody she ever loved, she lost one way or another. Only I came back from the past. For what? To make Chloe's life more painful? I just wish I could use my rewind power and go all the way back to the days when we were covered in pancake flour. Life was simple. Oh, I have so many feelings about
So
that.
this is October 10th. Dear Diary, let's never do the time warp again. I can't even begin to explain what happened. If I think too hard about the ramifications, my brain might melt. When I try to describe it, it's as if I'm describing something that happened to someone else.
Oh, look at when she's hugging Chloe.
Yeah.
Oh, Chloe was so upset when we discovered that Rachel had actually been involved with Frank Bowers, and she just blew up. I can never talk to her when she's like this, and I just get so tired of having to walk on eggshells around her emotions. She still blames William for her messed up life, no matter how much she knows she's being unfair. I can't say that I wouldn't be just as messed up, not that I'm not in my own way.
In my room, all I could think of was, I wish I could go back in time and help Chloe. And suddenly, I was looking at the photograph William had taken of us on the day he died.
Yeah.
And it started pulsing like it was 3D, like I could see inside the photograph.
Then I found myself actually back in the photo to when I was 13 years old. I was back in Chloe's kitchen in the year 2008.
With Chloe and William, right before he left to pick up Joyce for the last time. Since my powers somehow morphed into this new level of rewind, I decided that there was no way I was going to let William die again. So I played hide the keys until he had no other option but to take the bus.
I was so happy I actually saved William. I never thought about what could go wrong. We kind of had a feeling.
Yeah, we did. I knew I was screwed when I came out of my epic rewind and saw Victoria Chase. But now she was my friend, and I was a member of the Vortex Club? Nuff said.
My hair is getting pulled by the stars again. Oh, that's such a pretty cutout.
It is.
I knew I had screwed up, and then I felt sick thinking about what might have changed with Chloe. I had a clue when I saw David Madsen driving the school bus. He sure didn't look so threatening anymore. I didn't want to know how he ended up as a bus driver instead of with Joyce. I felt my heart drop when I rushed to Chloe's house, so when William opened the door, I prepared myself for the worst.
That's when Chloe rolled forward in her wheelchair, paralyzed from the neck down. I didn't even know what to say, so I covered my mouth in a typical gesture of shock and stupid. But Chloe's smile was so genuine and beautiful, I almost cried.
I had to adjust to everything without freaking out or telling Chloe that I actually altered time and space to save her father, but get her in a car accident so she can never walk again. The thing is, she was still Chloe, just minus all the rage. This Chloe was just grateful to be alive and have her family watching over her.
Chloe begged me to spend the night, and of course I did. I noticed how run down parts of their home were compared to before. I saw the incredibly expensive equipment that Chloe now requires, including her new garage room. Sorry, David.
Even though I felt awful and disconnected, Chloe was just so bubbly and excited to hang out with me again, especially since I flaked on her pretty hardcore after her accident. Even in the alternate universe, I'm a shitty friend.
Chloe's world was so new and unique to me, especially her strength and kindness and pain. She needed a whole pharmacy to get through the day. I didn't feel sorry for her. I fell in awe with her attitude. This Chloe didn't blame anybody for her condition, even though she had the right. We strolled down the beach and saw the beach whales that proved something bad was happening in both realities.
And then Chloe asked me to put her to sleep. Oh.
The accident left her body pretty much broken. Her lungs stopped working properly and she was basically dying a slow, painful death. She also felt so guilty about her parents' sacrifice and dwindling income. She wasn't erratic or tortured about this request, just practical, which made me feel even more terrible putting her in the situation.
But there was no way I was going to help my best friend take her own life. I couldn't do it, especially after what happened with Kate. I know I should have done whatever Chloe asked of me, considering I was responsible for her situation, but how could I inject her full of morphine and just watch her fade away? I know she was upset, but I just had to tell myself that this reality wasn't real. This reminds me of you had a nightmare that Chloe asked you to kill her before we watched this.
Yeah, with a gun?
Yeah.
It's like, oh, dear goodness.
Before we played this part.
After my visit to Chloe's new world, I knew it was time to go, Max. To the future. I had seen the results of my temporal tampering, and I got scared thinking my new powers wouldn't even work anymore. That would have been cruel karma. Fortunately, I was able to project myself into the photograph once again, and I undid everything I had. Goodbye, William again. Hello, David again.
I've never been so glad to see Chloe in my life. The second I saw her blue hair and that beautiful pissed off face, I wanted to kiss her again.
And I couldn't even tell her where I'd been. Or why. It would have been one more thing to annihilate Chloe from me.
Alienate.
Alienate.
Yeah.
From me. And world. I had to get refocused on our search for Rachel. Chloe had been busy with her detective work while I was in my altered timeline.
Of course, it was much easier for me to explore David's garage since Joyce booted his ass out. That made Chloe more content than I've just about seen her since I returned. I still feel kind of bad for David, but he overstepped his authority, dismissed. And it's so much easier to grab David's X-Files when he's not there.
After we gathered our new info like Halloween treats, I loved watching Chloe go into Sherlock mode where we examined all of our clues on a big old drawing board.
You had so much fun.
I know,
with that,
right?
Yeah.
Of course, we all know that she's more of a Dr. Watson, right? Elementary.
Honestly, with all the impending doom and sadness, I felt so happy. Just to find myself back in action with my best friend and her butterfly blue hair. Hella yes.
But first things first, I really had to go see Kate. I never visited anybody in a hospital before, much as anybody who's tried to commit suicide, so I was happy Chloe wanted to come along for support. The antiseptic smell and the endless white halls always kind of weirded me out, or maybe I'm just projecting my own fear of mortality.
When I saw Kate in her room, surrounded by cards, flowers, and balloons, all I could think of was when I saw her the last time, on the roof. Her face was so sad and sincere and helpless then, but now she had more life in her than I'd seen in a long time.
I had no idea what to say to somebody in a situation like this. How are you? After you almost jumped off a roof.
Yeah.
But Kate's gentle spirit made it easy. I was overjoyed to see that she was drawing again and making plans for the future, including plans to get justice what Nathan Prescott had done to her, or what I call revenge.
So after getting the inside info and assist from the other members of our team, Chloe and I made our way to the boys' dorm, aka Nathan's lair. Chloe stood guard out in the hall, and I stealthed my way into Nathan's room.
And even though I've become master spy and detective, I still get surprised by the things I see or find. Like Nathan's sleek, expressionist bro cave.
Yeah.
It was like walking from light to shadow in a single step. I swear I could feel the temperature drop the second I walked in. But then Nathan knows photography and he knows you have to keep the film and equipment chilled. I store my instant film hoard in Mr. Jefferson's classroom. Oh, interesting!
Speaking of cold stuff, Nathan's room was layered in creepy shit.
Yeah.
The disturbing but impressive photos, all the evidence from his father's bullying, and probably the most important clue we could ever find, Nathan's phone, likely loaded with messages and mysteries, is not a good thing that I've internalized spying and stealing casually over the past week. Everyday hero, am I right?
And that's when Nathan Prescott showed up. He looked so wild-eyed and out of control that I felt a twinge of sympathy that he clearly needed help. But then I remembered he was also an asshole and had been extremely dangerous to me, Chloe and Kate. So before I had to rewind, Warren entered the scene and my white knight headbutted Nathan in the perfect payback. I couldn't believe it. Neither could Nathan.
In fact, Warren literally started to go ape all over Nathan's face. It wasn't cool, but my nerves were so frayed from the week, and I was so over all the Blackwell bullies that I almost didn't want to stop Warren from beating Nathan into the floor. Warren has his own issues to work out with Nathan, but this wasn't the time or place. Even if Nathan deserved it, and I would have been happy to watch Warren show him who was a Blackwell boss now.
After that dorm brawl, Chloe and I headed to the beach to deal with Frank and see if we could get him to join us.
Yeah, I see. Oh my gosh.
I had to be careful not to get him all tweaked out. He was pretty pissed that someone had gotten into his RV and borrowed his account book. But once he saw that we didn't care about drugs or money, only Rachel, he mellowed out.
All I could think was, I'm trying to get a drug dealer to help me find a missing girl. Incredibly, Frank actually agreed to help. He knows how naive and clueless we are, so I hope that our sincerity swayed him.
But I'm still unsure about him, and I can't be so naive not to keep my rewind guard up. I don't know how much about him, except he sells drugs and has a wicked temper, and that he loved Rachel, even more than his beans.
So we get to add another member to our team. Booyah!
My life feels... Oh, God. The bloody nose! No, Max!
Oh.
My life feels so surreal at this point. I don't know how to react anymore. I can't rewind time and space, but it is aging me before my own time and space? Am I learning things I shouldn't mess up too much shit, including my own history? Obviously, my nosebleeds and dizzy spells are a bad sign that I'm overusing my powers, but it's become almost part of my nature. Or maybe a habit? Power corrupts? Not yet, I hope.
So she's saying I can rewind the space, but it's aging me. Okay.
Mm-hmm. Interesting.
But is it... She's wondering, okay.
Yeah.
Is it aging me before?
Yeah.
Okay.
That's a possibility.
Yeah. I remember this famous episode of the original Star Trek. Yes, I'm a Star Trek fan. Where Kirk has to go back in time and let the person he loves die, so the Nazis won't win the war. What kind of effed up choice is that? What would have happened if I had not been in the school bathroom to save Chloe that day?
But damn it, I was there, and thus I was supposed to be there. Destiny.
So she's a Star Trek fan.
Yeah, she is. That's not that surprising, actually.
Right? And the fact that we were able to convince Frank to actually help us gives the most hope I've had in a while. Yes, Chloe and I were stupid to confront Frank like that, considering how he reacted before, but I don't see how anyone could say he didn't really love Rachel Amber.
He shouldn't have pulled a knife on Chloe, though, and I don't like that he sells all those dangerous meds to teenagers, especially Nathan. He needs psychiatric supervision, not just baggies of pills. At least he won't be going to Frank again.
I still don't know why Chloe or even Rachel would want to hang out with Frank, but I can't suss that out anymore. Maybe if I hadn't left town, I'd be less judgmental, but now we have Nathan's phone, David's coordinates, Frank's account book, and a big board of clues, which brings us closer to finding Rachel Amber. Finally, so maybe the tide is finally turning, or time is finally turning.
This is the moment where all the clues come together, and we finally have a location outside of town that may lead us straight to Rachel Amber, and beyond.
After everything that happened with Frank, I had to convince Chloe to keep going forward with me, since I do feel we're at the end of the road. Hopefully not the end of the world, but whatever anger Chloe has inside of her that makes her so self-destructive is matched by her balls and bravery. Yes, Chloe has gotten me nearly killed, but I know she would die for me, and I can't forget I put her in a wheelchair to slowly die in another reality. Oh, yeah.
And Chloe is more focused now than before. I told her we have to keep moving forward, no matter what, and I couldn't find Rachel on my own. That was enough.
What is that on the right side?
I thought that was corn, but...
Yeah, I think it's corn with a face.
I think so. And legs.
Okay.
It's a corn turtle.
Yeah. Okay, it's my turn to read the bottom.
Yeah.
The very bottom. Now it's time to shine a light into the dark room. Oh!
Chloe and I loaded up our coordinates and hit the road. We were both quiet yet excited. It's hard to explain this feeling. Even with all the horrible things happening, I found myself thinking that Chloe and I were part of some greater mystery that involved time, space, and all our fates. I've never had much faith, nor not the Kate Marsh kind anyway, but I couldn't believe we were being set up for doom after everything that's happened this week.
But I wasn't prepared for the dark room. Yeah, how could you be prepared for
The
that?
coordinates led us to an old, abandoned farm owned by the Prescott family, and I shouldn't have been surprised that it was actually housing a weird secure bunker that was filled with Prescott memorabilia. And worse.
If there was evil ground zero, this place was it. Cupboards filled with named red binders that confirmed our worst nightmares. Not that I even had any clue that our amateur detective work would lead us to this kind of professional hell. When I saw the binder marked Victoria, my heart started pounding like a jackhammer. Then I had a real clue about what was coming.
I don't even want to think about the images we saw of Kate Marsh posed unconscious with that mother effer, Nathan Prescott. She did know the truth about what happened to her, even if she couldn't remember all the awful details. And then Rachel Amber, delicately composed photographs of her drugged all over Nathan like some kind of sick goth couple. I couldn't bear to look at Chloe's face as she looked at the photos of her abused angel. I felt nauseated. All the hope I was feeding Chloe felt like vapor, and then we saw exactly where Nathan had taken his vicious layout with poor Rachel in the junkyard.
Oh, we finally found Rachel Amber, dead and buried. I'm sorry, Rachel. I'm sorry, Chloe. I'm sorry, Kate. I'm sorry, William. F you, Arcadia Bay.
High school should be the best years of your life, I've heard over and over from my parents and other experts. F do they know? Tell that to Rachel Amber. Or Kate. I've never seen Chloe so cold and hard. She won't let go of the gun. So we have to find Nathan before Chloe kills him. And if that happens, it'll be hard to rewind. But we're as close to the end of this nightmare as possible, so I have to block out those images of Kate Marsh and Rachel Amber that will be burned into my retinas forever. There's still a final secret to uncover, and nothing is going to stop us now. Not even a damn tornado.
Chloe and I pulled up to Blackwell's parking lot and arrived at the end of the world party. Oh, the irony. We had to get rid of poor Warren fast, who wanted to bask in his alpha glory and hang out with Chloe and me. I can't put another one of my friends in danger. So bizarro to see all the students dressed up in expensive outfits or pre-Halloween costumes, talking and laughing and smoking and drinking, as if there wasn't a serial killer going to the same party, or the town wasn't in eco-danger.
As if to remind me of Arcadia Bay's ticking doomsday clock, I actually saw 2 moons in the sky over the horizon. Or that's what it looked like briefly before the clouds rolled over.
That was so freaky.
I know. I squinted and actually rubbed my eyes like a dork just to make sure my iris wasn't foggy. Was this another sign of the environmental illusion? Other people saw it too, except Chloe didn't see anything besides vengeance. So she went into the gym looking for Nathan before I could catch up. Nathan doesn't know Nathan doesn't know now that he's running out of time too. No irony intended. We are.
My first and last Vortex Club party. Flashing lights and DJ Doom, no comment. Spinning in an alternate reality. I might have been at this party, standing in the corner, shy and nervous, waiting for somebody to ask me to dance, but being terrified if that happened. And that would have been the limits of my problems. Now look at me. But I had to find Chloe first, then Nathan before she shot him. Yeah. We were like, where the heck is he? We need to find Chloe.
Yeah. No matter how evil I thought Victoria was, she's actually just a terribly insecure person. With talent, passion, and tenacity to be a cruel dick. For no good reason. I have to see beyond our petty mean girl drama and assume she has a role to play in all this too. So we talk like human beings, and I warned her without specifics about Nathan. She believed me, and it felt so warm to make a connection with my previous enemy. A silver of light in all this darkness. Let there be more.
October 11th, I guess. I watched Chloe die again, killed by my favorite teacher. Why? Because we were stupid and let Jefferson trick us with a phony text.
So we ended up all these drawings though. So we ended up back at the junkyard, and I fell right into his trap. We should have called the police the second we found Rachel, but I had gone along too far with Chloe. I keep thinking I'm invincible, that I'm a real everyday superhero, but no, I'm just Max Caulfield.
Maybe all my powers are an accident of fate, or am I being punished like Chloe? What have we done to deserve all this pain? What did Rachel do? Kate? William?
Then there's Mark Jefferson. I can't even call him Mr. again.
I'm still shocked that he turned out to be the one hiding behind the dark room, but if I think back on those pieces of time, Jefferson has been dropping hints all along. It makes me sick to think how long he's been doing this for, and to whom.
The needle. I can still feel the needle on my skin. Thank God I can't remember Jefferson posing me for most of his 6th session. Imagine all those other people who had to suffer through that horror, like Rachel and Kate. That made me determined to get out of that room, at least stop him, and save Chloe. I had to use my focus, rewind a multiple photos so often that even I get confused.
Worse still, I knew I was screwing around with various realities again, but I had no other choice. Chloe would not die in a junkyard next to Rachel Amber, and there was no effing way I was going to let Jefferson be the last person I ever saw. It's hard to even imagine myself in that studio alone with Jefferson acting like that. Everything was so neat and sterile, but it felt like the filthiest place on earth. If I didn't have this ability to bend time, what would I have done? What could I have done? Sometimes I felt removed, like I was looking at myself going through this hell. But thanks to Jefferson's class photo, he personally helped me to escape. Yeah.
I also feel so terrible that Victoria had to end up here with me. Just because I warned her about Nathan, I should have known that she would rush to Jefferson for protection instead. He kidnapped her and almost murdered her because of me.
I'll never forget the way Jefferson looked at me, so cold and mean. I felt like I was on one of those awful true crime shows my mom binge watches. How does somebody become evil? He actually shot Chloe in the head, just like that. MFer.
I wish the police had taken Nathan in. After I told Principal Wells that he drugged Kate, he might still be alive, and maybe he would have taken down Jefferson too. Last page.
Yeah, I can't believe I was able to focus and rewind into my selfie all the way back into art class on Monday. I turned in my photo for the contest after I sent a text to David, warning him about Jefferson. Whew. The only reason I haven't had a total meltdown is the fact that I do have this incredible power. I have to use it right for, what does it say?
Use it right for once.
Oh, use the power right for once. And maybe never again.
It was weird to be in class with Jefferson. Like, I wasn't just tortured by him in the underground bunker. I saw him for the first time as he is a creepy, manipulative psychopath filled with BS. He uses art and passion to seduce people, but behind that, there's nothing but hate and perversion. I only pray that I can fix this timeline, not F it up.
Max to the future. It feels like I finally made things right. Chloe is alive. David Madsen became a real everyday hero by busting Jefferson and his dark room, along with Nathan and his father. The Prescotts have lost control of Arcadia Bay. Now I'm the official everyday hero. On my way to San Francisco with Principal Wells, who is a lot more funny and laid back when he's not stressing about Blackwell Academy. It's hard for me to totally relax, but all those pieces of time seem to be falling into place.
And of course we know that's not true because of all the stuff we have to go through, but at that point Jefferson burns her journal, so I guess she no longer is able to journal at that point.
Let's check at the very end and see if we can find any more.
Well, we can't because the very end is our decision to sacrifice Chloe or Arcadia Bay.
Let's try.
Okay, but you can't actually check her stuff unless you are able to have her moving and things like that.
Right.
So I don't think it's going to work out.
Okay.
We can try it, but I don't think it's going to work out.
Because I think I saw a comment on one of our videos saying that we could do that. Max talked more about how she felt about Chloe if you check at the very end.
Okay, let's see. Can we skip this? No.
Nope.
I don't want to watch all this again, though, so this is really nuts.
Yeah.
Please say something, Chloe.
Oh! Okay, so
yeah, there is more.
Oh, sweet. There's more. Okay, so there's a little bit more. Okay. How do you say this?
Zeitgeist.
The Zeitgeist Gallery was a trip. Why does somebody so shy like me want to be famous for her photographs? I don't care about people kissing my ass. I just want to hang out with great artists and learn from them. It was so sweet that my work was displayed in a respected gallery, and I got to experience that public response. But I'm not a fan of the spotlight. That Berkeley reporter made me feel like I wouldn't even know what to say. Oh yes, this selfie represents my soul. I'd tear up my own pictures if I ever talked like that.
But it was so nice just to have a safe, peaceful moment for myself where my dreams came true instead of my nightmares. I had a real vision of my future and who I wanted to be, so I won't feel bad about rewinding time once again to destroy my contest photo.
That's so interesting because how does she have her, whatever, game logic.
What is it?
Because I thought that at this point her journal was gone because he burned it. Or did we go back in time? I don't remember, honestly, but I could have sworn her, because when we went back in the dark room, her journal was burned when we were looking at it. Huh. But that's cool that you can press the thingy while they're talking.
Yeah.
The storm is still coming to Arcadia Bay, which means Chloe's life is still in danger. No prize or exhibition is worth losing her again. At least I can use my picture for a truly important reason, and yet again try to fix the machineries of time that I keep breaking.
So I did it. Back in my room again, erasing another timeline. Or does that reality go on without me? Am I just creating knots in time? My biggest fear is that I won't be able to rewind when I most need to. or even remember what I've done. Oh, this sounds difficult for her.
And my head does feel like it's going to burst if I keep doing this. My nosebleeds are a bad omen, yet I'm here. I can rip up my contest photo and still warn David about Jefferson. It just means I won't be going to San Francisco yet, and I have to protect Chloe from one storm.
I knew things were going too easy, and I messed it all up, as usual. Jefferson was pissed that I had torn up my contest photo, freaking out about my wasted talent. Bastard torched my diary, so I couldn't even rewind using my art class selfie. So my whole plan took a shit, and I couldn't text David about Jefferson. Which is how I ended up back in this evil dark room after I thought I had escaped.
The worst thing was seeing that Victoria was already gone, knowing that Jefferson had already killed her. All because of me. I've never felt so helpless and hopeless in my life. It made me feel even more determined to rewind time and save Victoria as well.
Amazingly, it was David Madsen who turned up to save me. Thanks to his own surveillance, he was almost Jefferson's shadow and tracked him down to the farmhouse. I was able to use my rewind for good and actually help David battle Jefferson. Good.
Oh, I do know that the only way I can save Chloe now is to get that picture that Warren took of us in the parking lot. I just hope he's okay in the storm. Finally, I didn't tell David about Chloe. I couldn't. He might have killed Jefferson.
For the first time since my visions, I was able to see the storm manifest in this reality. When I felt the sharp wind from the tornado, everything became more desperate. I was so relieved to get a hold of Warren, but he's definitely trapped in the Two Whales diner with the photo. Yes, this looks like a job for Supermax. Oh my gosh. Can you imagine, like, she's been seeing the storm that no one else could see, and now she finally sees it coming into, like, her main reality? Like, I would imagine there's kind of a sense of relief.
Yeah.
But also dread.
Yeah.
Because you're like, okay, this wasn't just something in my head. But at the same time, it's real.
Yeah. Yeah. I borrowed Jefferson's car to haul ass and found that Nathan left me a sad voicemail. He only wanted to warn me to not be blamed for Rachel, but Jefferson wouldn't forgive him.
Apocalypse, Arcadia Bay. I've never felt the raw force of nature, but this storm is ground zero. My town is being destroyed, and I'm so furious that I didn't pay more attention to my visions. I could have warned and saved so many people, instead of watching them die around me.
I decided I needed to fulfill my destiny, whatever that was, and use my powers for good, and more importantly, to not be afraid. There was no more time to fear, so I barely made it out of town and helped as much as I could until I had to rewind to stop a raging fire from blowing up the diner. At least I was able to do something.
That picture of Chloe's eye. Oh. I almost cried when I saw Joyce and Warren, even though they were scared, but they're strong and helped everybody in the diner, including Frank, who I was glad to see alive.
I'm glad Warren is such a good friend. Considering how insane my life has been this week, kissing Chloe instead of him didn't seem that strange. It felt like Chloe and I were flipping off the cruel universe. And if I was going to die, I wanted one kiss from my best friend.
The main thing was that I had Warren's photo, and I would get one last chance to save Chloe. I felt queasy considering what a mess I've made, but there was no going back anymore.
Warren rules. I was able to rewind to the end of the world party with his photo, and I felt like I was getting more confident with my time travel skills. It's always hard to deal with Chloe when only I had the benefit of knowing her future, but the one thing Chloe appreciates the most is honesty, so I told her everything. From when she was paralyzed to the dark room to San Francisco, she didn't want to believe that David was so heroic, but she knows I wouldn't lie. And I could tell Chloe felt awful for what Jefferson did to me. The dead bird.
Chloe's back! I didn't even care that this was the real end of the world. It just felt so good to hold her again after everything we'd been through. I thought about all the timelines I jumped through for her and how much she's always meant to me. Our lives have always been entwined. Oh my gosh!
How could this not be some kind of fate or destiny? Even though we're opposites in so many ways, we're also so alike. We'll always be pirates in spirit, and we'll always want to take on the world. It sounds so stupid to say that she's my hero, but if not her, who else? Sometimes Chloe and I feel like yin and yang. Who knows? Maybe we're here to give each other strength. or more.
There's nothing like the sense of relief after waking up from a vivid nightmare. Despite all the terrible things that have been happening this past week, I felt so free and hopeful when I finally woke up, and my nightmare was so obvious. All of my fears about being an artist, about my rewind power, and of course about my partner in crime and time, Chloe prays.
We've been through so much together, and we might go through more, depending on how this all ends, either in heaven or hella. Sorry, I couldn't resist.
Oh, heaven or hell. Chloe is more than my best friend, but who knows how she really sees me. Did she dare me to kiss her? She did dare me to kiss her, but she seemed surprised that I actually did. I am too, but I don't regret it for a second. Maybe that's why I hated watching Chloe being so cruel in the nightmare, calling me names and flirting with all those people. I was surprised that it was like a physical pain in my chest. Is that the power of friendship or love? Oh gosh, I have goosebumps so hard. I believe you're about to find out. Max Caulfield. It says, keep cool and take photos. Oh snap, that's so cute.
With a deer, by the way.
Oh my gosh. Okay, so when they first kissed, you were the one who was saying like Chloe kind of had gay panic.
Yeah.
It seemed like, and Max was into it. Max was like reaching for her, like putting her arms around her, and Chloe's the one who like gay panics and backs up.
Yep.
And so now we see her kind of like wondering, like, okay, she dared me to kiss her, but she seems surprised that I actually did.
Yeah.
So that's exactly what you were talking about. I didn't notice it. I just was like, oh, I got the kiss. You're like, oh, Max was into it, but Chloe backed up. What if Chloe hadn't backed up?
Yeah. Oh my gosh.
And maybe that's why I hated watching Chloe. Okay, so then in the nightmare, yeah, she was acting cruel toward Max and flirting with Victoria, which was really strange.
Yeah.
I was surprised that it was like a physical pain in my heart. Oh my gosh, it's so all the feels.
Yeah, all the feels.
And then, is that the power of friendship or love? Interesting distinction. Interesting. So she's not sure if it's like because they're such good close friends, or because there's actually more between them. Believe you're about to find out. I wish we found out more about their life together.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah.
That was really good,
Oh,
though.
gosh.
We got all the things done on that list.
Yeah, thank you to the person. I was like trying to write down everyone's names who let us know info.
Yeah.
And someone had told us to go to the very end and we would find out about Max's feelings for Chloe. So thank you.
Yeah, thanks.
I went back looking for it and couldn't find that comment, but I remember that it was someone who let us know.
Yeah, it's so cool too. I also learned that you can press the middle button and go to the journal.
Yeah.
That's so cool.
Oh my gosh. Yay, I'm really glad we took a moment to go back and check out those few things that we ended up missing the first time around.
Yeah, that journal. Because we just, like, got so into the game that the journal, it's like, whoopsie-daisy.
Yeah.
I'd always want to go back to the journal, and I'd say, yeah, we're going to read the journal, and we never would because there's just, like, so much going on. You just want to get to that next piece of that puzzle to find out what's even happening.
But it was like playing the game again.
Yeah.
Because you go back through a lot of those parts of it and get to have a moment to reflect on it.
Yeah.
And hear Max's point of view.
Yeah. It was really fun. I liked it.
Yeah, me too.
Yay!
Oh my gosh. Well, thanks you all so much for watching. Let us know what you think about these journal entries and these replays in the comment section below. We'd love to stay in touch with you, so please subscribe if you haven't already and find out more of our geeky, nerdy escapades. And we look forward to connecting with you again soon, and we'll be sending so much love. Till next time.
Laters.